Hello, this is Builder Dominic, and today I'm going to be showing you how to figure out which minifigure is inside your LEGO Minifigures blind bag. Now, I've already done one of these videos, but I wanted to do it with the Disney minifigures because it's a great example for beginners, because many of the minifigures don't have one unique piece that you hunt for. Instead, you're looking for like those two pieces that aren't in a lot of other figures, and by process of elimination is the minifigure you're looking for. Now, I say that because for beginners, that's really what this is. It's if you're a beginner who's not very comfortable saying, oh, that is a Genie lamp, or oh, that is a whip, then you're going to want to eliminate pieces instead of isolating. So the first thing you do is move all the pieces to one side. Now, I like to go down because of gravity, but really as long as you've got all the pieces in one area of the bag, that's the important part, so that you kind of keep track of what you are feeling. And then you're just going to go one piece at a time and move them up. And let's see, there's one piece. And these are the legs. Now there's the two studs on top of the legs, but the good giveaway for the legs are they bend. So if you feel a piece that's kind of bending, you can isolate the minifigure legs. Now, because I know there are legs in this minifigure, I've already eliminated the Genie, who's got a solid piece, Ursula, who's got those tentacles, or the Little Mermaid, who's got a tail. So again, we're about eliminating what minifigures are in, it could not be in this bag. All right, now here, this is the thing that's going to give you the most trouble. There's this big rectangular piece right here, and I can feel bumps on one side and it's smooth on the other. That is your base plate. Now, these base plates are in every bag, so they don't give you a clue of to what's inside. But what they do, okay, there you go, is get in the way. They're so big, they take up a lot of the bag that the smaller pieces tend to get kind of stuck inside of them, underneath them, and so you might not feel a smaller piece that's floating around the pack because it's stuck underneath that base plate. So now, since I showed you that, my feet fell down, but normally I would have just kind of kept my feet locked in there with my fingers so I didn't lose them. Now I'm moving another piece up as I do that, keeping the other smaller pieces down, and I've got this weird, really large, kind of weirdly shaped piece. And I can't tell exactly what it is. I know it's big, I know it's kind of got a weird shape to it. And so if I were looking at this now, if that was the first piece, I'd say, well, it's large, so it could be Ursula's tentacles, it could be the Little Mermaid's tail, it could be the Genie's little ghosty bottom part, I don't know what you're going to call it. It could very well be Buzz Lightyear's, spacesuit. It's a lot of things it could be, but because there's movable legs, I know that now we've got movable legs and a large weird piece. So we're talking about Buzz Lightyear, Captain Hook. So those are probably the two minifigures that I'm looking at right now through elimination. Now I'm going to keep going to all these other pieces. Oh, okay, now this is the torso piece. The way you can tell it's a torso piece is you've got that flat bottom, and then the one kind of piece that sticks out to put the head on, and then the arms on the side. Now, since I think this is Buzz Lightyear or Captain Hook, one of them is going to have an odd-shaped hand. Now that, I'm feeling, is a regular minifigure-shaped hand, while this is a little more flat and doesn't have that minifigure claw, but instead feels like a hook. So now I'm guaranteed this is Captain Hook by process of elimination. And that's really what finding the minifigure in the blind bag is all about, is elimination, especially if you're not comfortable with, just finding that one piece. And now here, I'm going to keep going. This is the accessory. Another clue and confirmation that I've got Captain Hook. I feel this kind of rounded piece here, and then it goes off in a very long, thin bar, a long, thin foil. So that's Captain Hook's sword. And accessories are oftentimes in minifigures your biggest clue to what's inside, because usually it's the accessory that's different for all the different characters. But with Disney, a lot of the characters didn't have accessories, which just added to the difficulty of finding which minifigure was inside. And then the very last piece is there it is, the simple round head, very distinct. But now in Disney, not many of the figures actually have your standard LEGO minifigure head. You've got the Stitch and the mouse heads and little plastic doll heads. So actually not a lot have the head, which is usually not a clue, but for Disney it is, because you've got Captain Hook, you've got Mr. Incredible, and a few others who have a normal minifigure head. Now, That's what you do. With LEGO minifigures, find the blind bag, it's about elimination. Feel one piece, think, what is that piece? Who has that piece? Who doesn't have that piece? Find the next piece. And by process of elimination, you're going to see what is in that blind bag. So now let's open this thing up and prove that I wasn't just, talking and talking and talking for no reason to have you watch my videos. And open up to confirm that we do in fact have Captain Hook. And there we go, Captain Hook. I'm going to do a quick build here, which is something I'm kind of working on. There's my oddly shaped minifigure hand that I felt. And then we've got his minifigure head. And then, oh, there's that very large, weird piece. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew it was large, and it was his hat. It wasn't Ursula's tentacles. And there's that sword, the foil that I was talking about for his accessories. That was another clue that it was Captain Hook, because nobody else had that piece. And then there is that big old base plate that isn't really a help of finding it, but just tells us that gets in the way of finding the other pieces in that minifigure. So hopefully this video was helpful for you, and you'll be able to go to your blind bags and figure out which minifigure is inside and get the characters you want and not have to get any doubles.